Welcome to Oulton Park. Welcome to the second round of the Pro Racing Simulators Esports Challenge with Track Obsession. We're looking forward to the feature race here from Oulton Park, the reverse grid, the 10-lap event that will be taking place shortly. We had two heats where the podium for the open heat saw Luke Bennett, Raphael Drage and David Williams take the podium positions, and in the second heat, Jason Cooper, Jack McIntyre and Jamie Rushworth. So those drivers will have to start from the back of this feature race. The top 15 drivers progressed into this race coming up shortly. So those drivers who finish 15th, 14th, 13th and so on will start towards the front of the grid. So they will be the drivers that will start at the head, but won't necessarily be the quickest, of course, although a few drivers we saw have issues in their heat and have a spin. So this is a 2.7 mile circuit at Oulton Park, which has hosted some great events, the Gold Cup being one of the headline events, of course, for Grand Prix cars back in the 1960s, and saw victories for the likes of Sterling Moss, Jim Clark and Jackie Stewart. So great names have raced here at Oulton Park over the years, and here we've got our feature race coming up for the Pro Racing Simulators and Track Obsession Esports Challenge, the second round of the championship, which is headed by Jason Cooper over David Williams and Luke Bennett, who have all been successful. Cooper, a heat winner here and at Brands Hatch, and was on the podium in the feature race last time out. So the race shortly will be getting underway, and hopefully we'll be getting a look at the grid, which should have David Kelly on pole position after he finished 15th. But very quick driver he has been, but had an incident in his heat, as did Rob Baker, who starts on the second row of the grid. So they're the two quick drivers to look out for during the course of this race, as well as, of course, as those drivers starting towards the back of the grid. So the practice session we've had ahead of this feature race is over. So therefore we are now looking forward to this 10-lap feature race. And here is the grid. So on the front row is David Kelly and Alex Hall. On row 2 will be Rob Baker and Oliver Sy. On the third row, Michael Hughes and Cole Langley. On the fourth row, Calvin Greatorex and Craig Butterworth. On row 5, Liam Davies and Michael Seal. On row 6, Lewis Fox and Austin Greatorex. Then followed by David Bucey and Peter Bryan, Michael Saunders and Dan Blake up next. Then Max Bird and Alex Richardson, Mike Hart, Pete Harrod, Stuart McFadden, Connor Mills, Luke Cooper, Ben Sharp, Jamie Rushworth, David Williams, Jack McIntyre, Raphael Drage, and then Jason Cooper and Luke Bennett making up the 30-car grid for the race that's about to get underway then for 10 laps of this Oulton Park International Circuit. It's a great circuit. I think we are missing our poleman David Kelly. So David Kelly unable to make the race by the looks of things. So it's Alex Hall by himself on the front row. The lights go out and away they go. Lots of wheel spin as these Mazda MX-5 get away. The Global MX-5 Cup cars, and a big slide from Alex Hall as he went up a gear. So Rob Baker takes the lead. The area motorsport boss who's races Civics in real life. He's leading the way, the former Civic Cup champion. So the cars then dive their way out of Old Hall and down through the avenue. They're 3 and 4 wide in the mid-pack. It gets very congested here. There's a car sideways heading for the barriers already. But up into second place comes car number 100, which is Cole Langley. So Langley P2, there's a car on the grass there. That was 98, which was Calvin Greatorex, but he's back on again as we make our way down towards Island Bend. We're looking at 16, 9 and 13 there, which is Michael Seal and Austin Greatorex running side by side through the fast left-hander at Island Bend before they turn their way onto the Shell Oils hairpin. And they exit that corner. We're looking there at Alex Hall, who's in third position, I think, the former classic stock catch racer, heading Lewis Fox, the Formula Fordster, who races the Etienne Magnussen Formula Ford Festival winning car. But there's a spin there in the British chicane. It's got very busy indeed. 87 was involved in that. That's Alex Richardson, Austin Greatorex off there too. You can see some of the fast guys trying to come through who obviously had incidents in the who were front runners, in the heat, and are much quicker drivers looking to get as many points as possible, having to avoid lap 1 carnage. Change for third position. No, Cole Langley hanging on there ahead of Lewis Fox. That's the change, actually, isn't it? Langley ahead of Fox. That's because Alex Hall's come through back into second position. But Rob Baker is pulling away. He was a front runner at Brands Hatch. He finished 4th in the heat there. He is currently in 9th in the championship, and he leads by 3 seconds. We're not even completed lap 1 yet. Alex Hall is there in second position. Cole Langley's third. Lewis Fox is 4th, and Michael Hughes in 5th position. So though that's the top 5 positions. As we look back in the pack here, we've got Pete Harrod in car number 18 trying to gain positions up the inside of 222 Davies. Liam Davies, that is, as he makes his way into Lodge Corner. We complete lap 1 of 10, then it's 25 at the head of the pack there. That's Pete Bryan, so he is 7th, heading this group of cars into Old Hall, and we're on board with Jamie Rushworth, who's had a fantastic opening lap of this race. He's into the top 10, and he finished in his heat well up on the podium, so he's overtook well over 10 cars on this opening lap of the race. They turned their way through Cascade in this part of a 7th position, which Jack McIntyre has moved up into now. He was 4th in his heat, so he's come through well in 2. So McIntyre and Rushworth have made great progress on lap 1 of this race as they look to score good points in this feature race as they make their way through Old Hall then and up towards the Shell Oils hairpin. The banked corner on the outside line there, Pete Harrod hanging on there ahead of Pete Bryan, and then Jamie Rushworth, who's keen to make up position. Up the left at the Britain chicane they come. Side by side action into there. It's very careful not to do that too often. It's quite difficult to make it side by side through there with a tyre stacked aluminum. It's really a one-line corner through the British chicane. We're looking here at David Williams, who was quickest in qualifying for this event at Oulton Park. So we ride in car with Williams. It's very busy. He's looking to go around the outside. Ahead of him is Jason Cooper, who was the winner of Heat 2. So he's made progress. Cooper's 13th, ahead of Rafael Drage. He comes 2nd in his heat, and then David Williams, who is 3rd in that heat behind too. So all these drivers progress in there, the quickest drivers theoretically in this race, and they're making their way through the order. Up a bit higher up, this is the battle of 4th position. Michael Hughes, who races Lotus Elises in real life, ahead of Formula Fordster Lewis Fox, and then Michael Sill is in P6 as they make their way down into the right-hander at Lodge Corner. We're about to complete the 2nd lap of this motor race. It's a good exit to Lodge Corner for 69 there. That's Michael Sill, who's looking to make a position. He's a race day marshal, is Michael Sill, and he is in P6. Looking back in the pack here, you've got Jason Cooper, 35, chasing the pair in front, which includes Luke Bennett, who was a heat winner. So Luke Bennett makes his way there in 11th position. We look back from Jamie Rushworth, who's 10th. So Rushworth, who is 3rd in his heat, Bennett, winner. And he's trying to come through up the inside. So he's got a few scuffs on his car, so he's been involved in some of the drama on the opening laps out wide there. That was 72, I think. So 72 losing positions. That's Craig Butterworth. He might actually be a lap down, so he's had dramas at the start of this race, and he sensibly let everybody through there into the Shell Oils hairpin. Car number 3, then Jamie Rushworth, 10th, has dropped away from the car who was back from a lap ago. And he's got the quick guys behind him, Luke Bennett, Jason Cooper, Rafael Drage, David Williams. They're all together are the drivers who are looking to progress as far up this order as possible, because they're the drivers looking for points, because they're the real likelihood drivers to be in the top 20 before progressing into our final round at Spa-Francorchamps on May 9th. Aboard with David Williams, who is in 14th position, then following Rafael Drage, a real-life MX-5 racer. And there's a car that's spun there, though. That is Stuart No, it wasn't. It was Jamie Rushworth, wasn't it? Jamie Rushworth spins there at the British chicane. The driver who is currently 4th in the championship. So one of our big players there spinning out of 10th position. He was under pressure from Luke Bennett, who was the Heat 1 winner here at Oulton Park. And behind him is the Heat 2 winner, Jason Cooper. So the two drivers who were the quickest drivers in the heat, who won their heat, are now together on circuit in 10th and 11th. We're looking a bit further up the order. The battle for second position exit Lodge Corner. That's Alex Hall and Cole Langley, who are nose to tail as they come to complete lap 3. They're 7 seconds behind the race leader Rob Baker. So Baker, who made good use of 3rd on the grid, he had an instant in his heat, but he's got good pace and he leads the way over Alex Hall in 2nd. 3rd is Cole Langley, 4th is Michael Hughes, 5th is Michael Sill, 6th is Lewis Fox, 7th for Jack McIntyre, 8th for Pete Harrod, 9th for Pete Bryan, and Luke Bennett completes the top 10. But we ride on board with P13 man David Williams, who's had pole position at both Brands Hatch and here at Oulton Park, but he's just a one-time winner. He won the feature race last time out at Brands Hatch. He's unlikely to do that here from 13th, and he's involved with the battle with the real quick guys. Are all together here. Bennett, Cooper, Drudge and Williams, 10th through to 13th. Then all together, but it's been absolute carnage up ahead. There's a car pointing the wrong way at the channels, hairpin. I think it's the guys who are battling for third down over involved there, including Michael Hughes. Car 37's there involved, and that is Jack McIntyre, who is been successful. He's 5th in the championship. There's cars going straight on the Britain chicane as well, so all kinds of stuff has gone on with the last couple of corners. Up front it's still Rob Baker. Alex Hall is second all by himself, so Alex Hall, who avoided all the carnage that was happening behind him, and Pete Harrod up to third now. Michael Sill, who survived it too, is there in fourth, and Warren Pete Bryan looking back at Jason Cooper. Jason Cooper, who won his heat at Brands Hatch. He finished second in the feature race. He won his heat here at Oulton Park, and he's in the top 6 of this feature race, which is on the 4th lap of 10, making their way into the Druids hairpin, the right-hander, at Druids, before making their way down underneath the Warwick Bridge and into Lodge Corner. So 18 is Harrod, behind him is Sill. Pete Bryan, we're looking at 25 in 5th, and then it's Jason Cooper behind. He has a much tighter line through the corner, so that brings him closer and closer to Bryan. He's got better speed to the car of Bryan, the Track Day, the Carter experienced man Pete Bryan, losing out to the former Castle Cooper Saloon Car champion Jason Cooper in the Swift Cooper liveried Mazda MX-5 then that goes into 5th position. Former Fiesta champion in real life competition too is Cooper, and a very experienced sim racer with a number of titles to his name. So Pete Bryan is behind him now. The next car on in his mirror is Rafael Durage, who is a real-life MX-5 racer, racing in the BRSCC and in the 5 Club Racing Series, and he dives up the inside into the fast left-hander at Island Bend, and trying to follow him through, and going through is David Williams. So both Durage and Williams going through there into 6th and 7th positions. So Pete Bryan dropping back, and next on his list is going to be Luke Bennett, and Luke Bennett's alongside him, making his way up towards the British chicane and should go through. So Cooper, Durage, Williams, Bennett, all making it past Pete Bryan in the first half of this lap. The cars now make their way round. We look a bit further back here at Luke Cooper, who hasn't made the progress he would have hoped to have done. The driver who finished 4th in Heat 2, runs in 15th behind Jamie Rushworth, who will finish ahead of him in the heat. Rushworth's been earlier on. Behind them is Dan Blake in the Year 1 backed MX-5 as they turn their way now into the chicane at the Histon chicane that one is. Turned away through the right-hander at Nickelbrook before accelerating up Clay Hill. Luke Cooper, the 2018 Castle King Formula Ford champion we were looking at, but now we look back to car number 69, Michael Sill, who's about to be passed by Luke's brother Jason. So Jason Cooper moves into 4th position, Michael Sill down to 5th, Rafael Durage and David Williams behind, but Sill has got a good exit to the corner, so he's going to try and come back past Cooper. Cooper tries to squeeze him, and he defends to just about hang on, but Sill made a good exit to that corner, and very much put Jason Cooper under pressure. Perhaps he wasn't expecting it behind. David Williams goes up the inside and goes ahead of Rafael Durage. So Williams goes 6th, Durage down to 7th, and Williams will be keen to get past Michael Sill quickly too, and keep on terms with Jason Cooper. Out of Cascades we go then onto Lakeside, and have we got a good exit here for David Williams? He has, maybe alongside by the time we get to Island Bend. He's given it a good go. Sill places his MX-5 in the middle of the circuit, but that's not going to defer David Williams, who moved through into 5th position. The very experienced sim racer David Williams then goes into 5th, and is Rafael Durage going to follow him through? Not quite, I don't think, no. So Durage unable to do that. Meanwhile, all alone up front is Rob Baker. He's just had a car to lap actually, but he's 10 seconds ahead of the field. The area motorsport boss, the ex-Civic Cup, the former Civic Cup champion, a race winner in the 750 Motor Club Enduro Championship here at Oulton Park at the end of last year. He's leading the way by a very long distance indeed, and it's certainly going to help his 9th position in the championship coming into this race. Baker there. All alone. Not alone is Luke Cooper, who's been passed by Dan Blake. So Cooper, who went so well in his heat, struggling for pace in this feature race. He's got the grey Trexes behind him. as he makes his way into the chicane then. So Blake 15th, who is in the final point scoring position in this race. Cooper then in 16th, then it's Austin Greatorex ahead of Calvin Greatorex in 17th and 18th positions. Up to the right-hander then at Druids. Through the running section here at Oulton Park, and we look back now to side-by-side racing. Michael Seal on the inside line trying to defend from Luke Bennett, the Heat 1 winner here at Oulton Park, trying to go right round the outside at Old Hall. And he's going to work. Michael Seal gives him a car width of room on the exit of the corner, so good driving from both there, good racing from both, and that's allowed Luke Bennett to go right round the outside through at Old Hall corner. Now he will be looking to chase those in front. Those in front are catching Alex Hall, who's been passed by Pete Harrod. So Harrod to second now. Pete Harrod, their experienced Carter, who has been scoring points throughout this series and is 6th in the championship, having solid results, and he's got on for a good one here in second. Alex Hall third, who is under real pressure from Jason Cooper. Cooper looking up the inside of the Britain chicane. That's not really a position to pass, so everybody concertina's up as Cooper has to back out of it. Then we've got David Williams and Raphael Drage behind as they come over hilltop, and they slipstream their way down towards the chicane. Cooper darts to the inside, but Alex Hall in the middle of the circuit holds on, and that allows David Williams to have a look to the outside of Cooper, unable to go through there. Then Raphael Drage, the real-life MX5 racer, keeping a watching brief of those in front as they now climb up Clay Hill. That's 7, so we have 3 further laps to go at the end of this one. Jason Cooper all over the back of Alex Hall as they turn through the right-hander at Druids before going underneath the Warwick Bridge, and a great run to the from the Swift Cooper MX5 of Jason Cooper, who looks to the outside of Alex Hall. Hall defending to the inside, looking for a podium finish. Here is Alex Hall, but these quicker drivers behind looking to come through. They may all get there in one swoop. Cooper round the outside at Lodge goes through. Following him through up Deers Leap is David Williams, and then jinking to the inside for Old Hall corner is Raphael Drage on board with Hall, and he sees those 3 cars go through in one go. So all working together really are these 3 quick drivers working their way to the front. They're 3rd, 4th and 5th now, and chasing after Pete Harrod. There he is, just ahead of them by about a second. Really, that is all they're going to get to, because they're not going to catch Rob Baker. I don't think they're particularly going quicker than Baker either. So it's all about getting second, and who's going to be in that second position? It could be Cooper, Williams or Drage. It's Jason Cooper that leads the championship coming into this race by 10 points over David Williams. And they are the drivers at the head of this queue. Raphael Drage a bit further back. He's 7th in the championship. Ransack didn't go quite so well for him, but he's had a much better event here at Oulton Park, though. He was 2nd in his heat. Pete Harrod will be 6th in Heat 1, so he's got good pace too, so this is going to be the hardest class. Those behind have done all race, and Cooper feeling the need to defend because David Williams is overlapping him, coming down into the braking zone at the Hislop chicane, but Jason Cooper staying ahead. Knowing on the inside line you're not really going to be able to go right round the outside successfully, so Cooper hangs on then in 3rd position. The Castle Coops Luke Carr and PRS Fiesta champion from about a decade ago now, Jason Cooper, being chased by David Williams, the super experienced sim racer. He was a runner-up in the Nissan's GT Academy back in 2012. Meanwhile, we look back here at Alex Hall, who's been passed by Luke Bennett. So Luke Bennett up to 6th now, as the man of a second turn their way into Lodge Corner. We've got 2 further laps to go. Already on his penultimate lap is Rob Baker. He's lapping in the 55s. This group of cars slightly quicker. They are in the 54s, aren't they? Cooper, Williams and Drage. But nowhere they're going to catch an over 10-second gap in 2 laps. Then I will focus on passing Pete Harrod for 2nd. Pete Harrod looking to defend into Cascade. David Williams carries lots of speed into the corner therefore. Is that going to give him a run on Jason Cooper as they exit onto lane side? He's looking to the inside. Cooper keen to defend that as they come almost free wide into Island Bend. That won't work. Williams has to back out of it. Cooper's trying to get alongside Harrod, but that means he's on the outside line as they go into the Shallows hairpin. Can Williams tuck up the inside? He can't. And then Raphael Drage to the outside. They will stay in the same order after all that pretty remarkably. Pete Howard, good defensive drive then into that sequence of corners, means he's still second. Jason Cooper third. David Williams fourth, Rahel Draj fifth. So it is as it was. You have to think it won't finish like this as they make their way down towards the Richard chicane. Cooper's got the overlap again on Pete Howard. Going to go right round the outside here. That'll be a great move if he can make it, and he has done so. So great race in there from Jason Cooper to get second. Can Pete Howard hang on to third now? It's very close between him and Williams. Williams over the curve, but he's held on and he's gone through. So David Williams third. Rahel Draj is going to come into fourth. So just like we saw with Alex Hall, the three of them all make the move in one go. Jason Cooper makes the gap, and then David Williams and Rahel Draj follow him through. So that means Jason Cooper's second, David Williams third, Rahel Draj fourth, and Pete Howard fifth, with Luke Bennett captain now. Luke Bennett will be keen not to lose too many points to those ahead, so we shall watch to see if he can pass Pete Howard on what will be the final lap of the race here at Oulton Park. The second round of this point scoring round championship, the PRS Esports Challenge and Track and Session, and then the best 20 scorers from those 3 rounds will head to Spa-Francorchamps to battle with pro racing drivers for prizes courtesy of Pro Racing Simulators, Track and Session and iRacing. Into Cascade we go then. Jason Cooper in second. Will he hang on to second though, because David Williams has got a good exit to the corner. He's trying to get the overlap on Cooper. He has done so. He's on the inside then through the quick left-handed bend at Island, and he goes through. A great move there from David Williams, carrying great momentum through Cascade. It's what set that up for him, and he is through then ahead of Cooper, but he slides a bit wide, so Cooper trying to get back through here. He might go through it if he gets the overlap, but he doesn't in fact. Williams uses the rankings to get good momentum off of the corner. So it's David Williams second, Jason Cooper third, Rahel Draj fourth, and Pete Howard is still fifth ahead of Luke Bennett in sixth. Meanwhile, remember, we've got Baker out front. He leads by 11 seconds. So into the Hislop chicane. No re-challenge there from Cooper. So the move at Island Bend may well have just got it for David Williams, which will bring him 5 points closer to Jason Cooper, meaning there's just 5 points between them heading to the final point scoring race at Donington Park. But out of Druids, we come for the final time. He'd had lap traffic to deal with, had Rob Baker. And the area motorsport boss, the former Civic Cup champion, Rob Baker, turns his way then out of Lodge Corner, and car 310, Rob Baker will take the victory in the second round of the PRS Esports Challenge with Track Obsession in this feature race. Second place, David Williams is going to hang on despite a last lap look from Jason Cooper, and Cooper's under pressure from Rahel Draj, who darts out the toe but can't quite get there. So it's second for Williams, third for Cooper, fourth for Draj. Pete Howard held on well ahead of Luke Bennett for sixth. It's side by side across the line for seventh. Alex Hall and Michael Sill there were absolutely together for 7th and 8th, and Stuart McFadden 9th. Jamie Rushworth got back to 10th after his mid-race spin. Ben Sharp 11th, Mike Saunders 12th, Dan Blake crosses the line in 13th. Lewis Fox is in 14th position, and then completing the point scorers will be car number 13, Austin Greatorex, who just beats Calvin Greatorex there to the line for 15th position, 17th for Luke Cooper. So that's not gone well, has it, for the former Castle Combe Formula Ford champion, who did so well in his heat. He will be a non-scorer in this second round feature race here at Oulton Park, which was won convincingly by Rob Baker, thanks perhaps to that incident in the heat, which gave him a good grid position compared to the drivers of similar pace, and he made the most of that and took the victory. So we will see the full results on your screen in a moment, which saw David Williams come second, didn't it, after that great move at Island Bend on Jason Cooper. Cooper, though, taken third, so he consistently finishing on the podium, as is David Williams. The two of them, the only drivers to finish on the podium in all 4 of their races. Just waiting for the last couple of cars to take the checkered flag before we can confirm the full classification for you. You can just see there one of the back markers coming up across the line. then we should have the results. Here they are then. The second round feature race for the PRS Esports Challenge, sponsored by Track Obsession, went to Rob Baker by 10 seconds over David Williams. In third was Jason Cooper. Fourth was Rafael Durage. Fifth for Pete Harrod. Sixth for Luke Bennett. Seventh for Alex Hall. 8th, Michael Seal. 9th was Stuart McFadden. 10th for Jamie Rushworth. 11th was Ben Sharp. 12th was Mike Saunders. 13th for Dan Blake. 14th for Lewis Fox. 15th, Austin Greatorex. 16th was Calvin Greatorex. 17th was Luke Cooper. 18th for Liam Davis. 19th, Mike Hart. 20th was Max Bird. 21st was Pete Bryan. These are all drivers who had issues in that race. And McIntyre, Langley, Richardson and Hughes all finishing a lap down there, and then real problems for David Bucey, Craig Butterworth and Connor Mills during the course of that race. So a great second round of the Pro Racing Simulators and Track Obsession Esports Challenge. Round 3 will take place at Donington Park, and then the best 20 scorers from the opening 3 rounds, brands here at Alton and Donington, will move forward to our finale, which will take place at Spa-Francorchamps, where the top 20 drivers will compete against a similar number of pro racing drivers, where there'll be prizes up for offer. The winner will win a VR headset, an Oculus Rift S, courtesy of Pro Racing Simulators, who are our host of our event here. Pro Racing Simulators, who are a simulator retail outlet where you can customize your rigger plug and play setup. Find out more on proracingsimulators.co.uk. The second prize is a free track day courtesy of Track Obsession, and Track Obsession are an all-inclusive track day provider who offer free tuition, setup advice and photography at all circuits throughout the UK. And you can also rent a car, a Clio 197 Cup car, and you can find out more on trackobsession.co.uk. So Donington Park is up next, and then Spa-Francorchamps on the 9th of May. So do join us then.